Candlelight Tarot readings on the world table. My name's Marley and I'm the fucking hangman. How you going? So, my arm, I've got my sleeve done. I've been on Victavi for my HIV for about 6 months. And I'm really going through, I'm going to use my Path of Light deck because it just reminds me of my friend Bo from Melbourne. And I've just been thinking about him a lot lately. So, I'm going to pull some cards from there. And he's got his deck at home. So, I love this deck. It's one of my favourite decks. Every time I see it, I just think of Bo. So, this reading's going to be for Bo. And anything that he needs to know in this moment. Don't know why. It's just what I'm being called to do. Ready? Hey, how you going, mate? Miss you. Hope everything's going okay in Melbourne. So I'm going to pull some of my oracle cards and then I'm going to pull some tarot. So we first two cards out. We've got responsibilities. So obviously there's a lot of responsibilities going on. So it could be in my life, it could be in his. I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to turn around and say responsibilities for me would be taking my HIV medication. And yeah, working on that. So when you see that, it's just literally like responsibilities. It's that light in that darkness. And I got my tree of life at the bottom. So you sit there and you go, this deck's all trees. And like a path to life. Path to light. So, you know, you got the little flame at the bottom that starts it. And yeah, I feel like that's me in this moment. Like, I love my tattoos. I can't wait to get this sleeve done. I'm a bit excited. Can't sleep right now, so 3 in the morning. Yeah, let's see what else I need to know in this moment. Oh, second card. The mind and meditation. So when you see that, it's like taking time out, focusing on the things that matter. And the ball just keeps rolling back. Here you go. What are you doing? Got my mum's dog Ozzy next to me. I'm at my mum's house. It's responsibilities, chores, laundry, responsibility. Then I see laundry. Like, sometimes you have to turn around and clean your clothes, turn around and be abundant, and be blessed. We got embodiment. So, embodiment, when you sit there and you hear responsibility, the mind, meditation, embodiment, you just turn around and you sit there and go, okay, responsibility. You've got to be responsible for yourself. Mind and meditation. Take time out, relax, clear your mind, cleanse your energy, meditate, take time out for you. Embodiment. You're embodying the person you want to be. You're leveling up. You're choosing to be abundant. I'm choosing to show up for work every day. No matter how much of my mental health is struggling, me showing up for work every day, it's a part of it. It's what you got to do. So it says subordinate the ego. So that means let go of ego. Let go of things, people, places and things. Like, look at that card. You can't get much brighter than that card, literally. So it's just when you surrender to God, surrender to the source, surrender to the almighty high, things just sort of work out beyond pleasure. The rose. So that could be, I see that card and I just see painting, blessings, happiness, life, passion. And what else? Ooh, okay. We got 3 cards. The downwards path. So I guess that's going back to old habits, going back to people, places and things that turn around, do not serve you, do not bring you up. Final, second to last card, we have karma. When you see karma, you sit there and you go, wow, look at that card. It's just a beautiful card, karma. And like when you say it and you see the water flowing, so it's like moving through those emotions, moving on from that, like going down the river. And that's in the card at the center. And who is this message guided by? It's divine will. It's you choosing to be enough. You choosing yourself in this moment. Letting go. And those are lilies floating down that river. And that river is right there. And there's a tree in that river. But the river flows around the tree. What else? I couldn't have said it better myself. So we have the three faces of God. So you have the rainbow, three faces. The light and the darkness, the yin and the yang, coming out of the tree of life. And then you have the rainbow on the side. And then you have, we're going to say the red, the purple. It's the rainbow. The rainbow's underneath. The rainbow's what surrounds it. Without the rainbow, you don't get light and dark. You don't get black and white. And through that, you've got a tree. And if you look really closely in that tree, you've got an eye. You're being watched. Someone's admiring you from afar. What else do I need to know? I love that card. Mantra. You are enough. Okay. Can I have 3 cards, please? Cleanse the energy. I've already used this deck a few times tonight by shuffling, so let's see what I need to know in this moment. 2 cards. We have got 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles, find work-life balance to protect your creativity. So, followed by the world. Everything you have worked for is coming together. So, you can see on that card, you put in that hard work, you end up getting everything that you've ever wanted with the world. The only problem is, you have to turn around and put in that hard work. You have to turn around and it says rebirth, settled in decisions, practical contribution. And then we have community, optimism, joy, groups of growth. Up you get. And the third card, we have the 10 of Wands. So there is always another way to do something. Burdens, responsibilities, stress, blockages, loss of faith, frustration, excessive pressure. So that's like, no matter how hard it gets, there is always a way. And we have the bottom of the deck. So that's the Tower. Then the Tower is seek for change and options, investigations, willpower. Always expect the unexpected. So collapse, upheaval, destruction, foundational shifts, reality check, ambitions, adversity. And then when we're going to split the deck, let's see what we get. So we got this, so 3 of Swords in reverse. So it says release, optimism, forgiveness, intentions, distractions, recovery. So that could be like, for me, it's recovery from drugs, recovery from my childhood trauma, recovery from my HIV. That's what these tattoos mean to me. So I'll show you the angel on one side, the devil on the other side. To me, the devil would be the HIV. And every HIV, drug addiction, sexual assault, sexual trauma, sexual abuse, and then you've got this angel standing in the side. But you can't have, that is who I am. That is, the things I've been through have made me who I am. And I got the tree of life at the bottom. which will be getting coloured in soon. It's going to be rainbow. Um, for everything that I've overcome, growth, strength, power. Um, you know how long trees barely move, but they live for such a long time. Tree of life. It's something that is so. They don't move at all. They blow in the wind. They're stationary, but they live 6, 7 times longer than people. Why? Because people move through life so fast. We wear out our bodies. You sit there and you go, people who meditate and take time out and surrender and just are in that moment, they're happier, they're healthier, they live a lot longer. And it's where I'm at, I guess. So I got to turn around and realize that we got the Queen of Pentacles. Undecided, moody, foolish, suffocating, nagging, materialistic, jealousy. So don't let those emotions and those things hold you back. When you turn around and realize that they're just holding you back, then don't serve you. Let them go. Move on with that life. You are enough. Followed by the Nine of Pentacles. Enjoy the results of your hard work. So you put in the effort, you put in that work, abundance, blessings will come your way. So me, I've been working for 7 months now straight as a chef. I never thought I could turn around and do it with the bottom of the deck now. Your hard work's paying off. So Three of Pentacles. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. So if I'm struggling at work, I sit there and go, I need help. I ask my other chefs, I ask the people I work with for help. A year ago, I would have just walked away. Didn't serve me. I didn't need to deal with this drama. It's not my drama. But then I realized that me walking away wasn't actually helping me. Me standing there and facing it was helping me. Me owning it was facing me. Me coming to the term with the fact that I've got HIV and speaking about it and sharing my story online. And like this started when I started telling my truth and told the police that I was sexually abused as a child. And then it went from there to going through cancer twice. And then after that, raising my friend's kid from the age of 3 weeks old to 2 years old. And then my dog passing away, me being burnt, then getting HIV. And I'm only 35 years old. But it's made me so I appreciate my life and the person that I am so much more. I have unconditional love for myself. And I hope one day that I look in the mirror and I adore the person that I see. Because at the moment I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize the person that I am. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, I guess. Like, compared to who I was, compared to who I am now. I feel like I've grown so much. My relationship with my mum is a lot better. Everything in my life is slowly working out in my favor because I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the work. I'm isolating. I'm not hanging out with toxic people, people that bring me down, people that just distract me from my own life, from my own goals, from me being abundant, me being blessed, me being happy. Because I guess I was focused so much on helping them be happy, I was sacrificing my own happiness. And in sacrificing your own happiness, you're not actually, sacrificing your own happiness isn't, it may feel like it's helping, but it's just a distraction from you actually being happy. Why? Judgment. When you see judgment, answering the call to action, create new opportunities. So when I got my job, I've never walked that way. I didn't even know there was a restaurant there. I went out there and I said, I'm gonna fucking surrender to God and follow. I put my hand out and I just said, where am I needing to go in this moment, in this time? Led me to Portobello's restaurant in Newport. on the marina and led me to a gentleman named Alan. And Alan was fixing his boats at 7 in the morning. And I asked him, "Oh, nice boats," and just had a little chat. And I asked him, "I'm looking for work." And he goes, "There's a restaurant attached to the boats just up there." And I looked over, seen the restaurant. I had no idea there was a restaurant there. Never even been in there. And I was told to call Gio, the owner, at probably 10 o'clock that day. I called him and said, "I'm looking for some work in the kitchen." And I had an interview with him that day at 10:30. And on the Friday, I got my trial. And I've been there since November last year. And in that time, working for Geo, it gave me purpose. It gave me a reason to show up. It gave me, how do I say it? It gave me something to focus on besides my health. Like a big distraction from having HIV, just sitting at home saying, shit, what am I going to do? I had to get up and I showed up for myself every fucking day. I probably missed 6, 7 days of work in the last 7 months. For me, that's huge. For me, that's amazing. And that's how I was able to afford my tattoos on my arm and put in that effort. And these are treats. These are people, I see them every single time I look at them. I go, I earned them. They are mine. They are who I'm meant to be. They're things I've overcome in my life. Why? Because it says, find your inspiration to take action. When I split the deck, that's looking to my future with the Three of Wands. And I'm sitting there going, oh, fuck, I got to do this. And I'm so glad that I did. And I'm so glad that I put that effort into myself. And I'm being blessed. And it's not all about just, I guess, how you see it. It's how you see yourself and loving the person that you are, unconditional. Split the deck again to, you have the Chariot. You have success in the face of the difficulty. Hang on, you have success in the face of difficulty. So I was going through so much. I was probably at rock bottom, mentally, physically, emotionally, health wise. I was at, my viral load was at 400,000, which most people's viral load is not that high. Mine was so high that my body was suffering from opportunistic infections. So, like my foot, just random infections that I just couldn't seem to get rid of. They just get worse and worse and worse because my body was fighting the HIV and not fighting these other infections. And now I'm on the medication. My head feels clearer. It's like that fog's been lifted. And I see the world in such a, I guess, a different light than I did a year ago. A year ago, I was like, I thought everybody was attacking me, because everybody was out to get me. And it was just a big drama. And then I realized that that wasn't me. It was the projections of the people I was around. They were paranoid. They had insecurities. They were upset. They weren't happy in their life. And their insecurities were projected onto me. So then I turned around and took them on as my own insecurities. And I sat there and I talk about reincarnation, like split that deck. When I just split it, I get reincarnation. I think of my dog, and I turn around and think of Hades, because I got to raise my friend's kid, my friend's son, from the age of 3 weeks old to pretty much 2 years old, and I was there every day. So the little bits of me, one day when he turns around and grows up, he'll be like, shit. It'd be like, oh, that's something Ma used to do. Yeah, that's because he looked up to me and I adored that little boy. And I think I passed on some wisdom to him about horses, about just being a good person, about unconditional love. Hopefully I get to see him soon. It's one of the reasons that I'm turning around and showing up for myself, because I can prove to myself that if I can, like, work for a year, focus on me, be clean, be away from everybody else, get my HIV in check, hopefully I can turn around and show him what a good role model actually looks like. By putting in that work, putting in that effort, being abundant, being blessed. Sometimes you have to walk away from everything that you love and have to turn around and be able to step up and say, I got this. But at the end of the day, I left everybody and left every situation behind because I felt like I wasn't growing. I felt like I wasn't learning anything. I felt like I was stuck. So I turned around and left and just focused on me for a little while. It's probably the hardest thing I ever did. I went to Melbourne and I was homeless. I slept on a tower in the south of Melbourne for about a week and a half, and then crashed at friends' houses when I could, because I didn't want to be around anybody, because everybody I was around, it was just like I was a drama. It was a burden. They had their dramas, became my dramas, and I couldn't focus on myself. So me being homeless was probably the one thing that actually like saved my life, was being in that struggle, that hardship, and just knowing that, split it again, the calling of the soul. So I went to Melbourne after my dog died. I felt I was drawn there. What was I drawn there for? Spiritual growth, healing, to overcome something in myself, to find something that I'd lost. And that was me. I am enough. My friend Bo helped me a lot, just appreciate the fact that I am enough. He reassured me that no matter what I've been through, he's my friend. It's been 10 years since I'd seen him. And in that 10 years, when we caught up, it was just like this again. It was like no time had passed. He didn't see me for all the things that I'd been through, because he wasn't around when I went through them. He just seen the person that I am, and he goes, you haven't changed a bit. You're still the exact same funny cunt that I remember from high school. And how to say, he was going through his own struggles with his life, but he hadn't changed a bit. He turned around and said to me in a text message, you are an original. No one can replace you in my life. And that really meant a lot to me, because at the end of the day, I feel the exact same way about Bo. Nobody can take Bo or replace Bo from me. Like, doesn't matter, like, the situation, like, where we are in life. At the end of the day, I sit there and go, I've known him longer than I've known this person, so he comes first. And that's true when you sit there and go, I've got a real friend here. Like with my friend Danny, all I wanted was to turn around and see her be the best version of herself. So sometimes you have to turn around and take a step back to sit there and realize that you can't always push people to turn around and be better. They have to want it for themselves. And wanting it for themselves is sometimes taking a step back and sitting there going, you got this, I gotta let you figure it out for yourself. So I did that for Danny, and with Bo, he helped me a lot, just love myself again. And realize that I am enough, I am special, and he'll always be there no matter what. I am the Hangman. I hope something resonated. I hope everybody liked my message. I haven't really done a message in a while, probably just because I'm living at my new house. I don't have, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's my housemate's house. So when I'm doing a reading and stuff, I just feel, I don't know, it's not at home. It's comfortability, and I feel comfortable here. I've got my cat, I've got all my little stuff at my mum's house in a little carport. It's not like, a 5-star hotel. It's literally a carport with no windows, but it's home. And I feel safe when I sit here and turn around and speak my truth. Yeah. And I love seeing my mum, because she raised me, so, you sit there and go, dude, she put in 18 years of her life and sacrificed it for me. So, coming and spending a weekend with my mum on my day off, it's really not a big deal. If my brother could do that as well, it'd probably be a lot, put in some effort. He goes, well, mum never puts in effort to see him. Well, maybe you don't put enough effort in to see her as well. I'm the Hangman. Until next time.